Hi everyone, it's Mora Atara. As I explained in class today, we are going to learn together now the continuation of the Mishnah. We did a little bit of the introduction and now let's learn the actual Mishnah. We are reading together Seder Zra'im, Masechet Bרכות, Perek Bet. Yay, Perek Bet. We finished Perek Aleph, Mishnah Aleph. Let's review for a minute the introduction to the Mishnah. If you remember from class today, we did a sheet that looked just like this. I'm going to briefly just go over the terms before we start the Mishnah so we have them all down pat. We had the difference of a kavod and a yira. We said a kavod was someone like your parents or a great rabbi or someone well respected. And a yira was someone you would fear, someone that you think could kill you, someone that would be life-threatening. We compared that to a king or a poisonous animal in the olden times. We have shoel and meshiv. These are both referring to what types of interruptions. Are you initiating the greeting? Are you greeting someone? Or are you replying to someone? We say the halacha was probably going to be different if you're starting the conversation or you're just continuing the conversation. We then talked about ba-prakim and ba-emsa ha-prakim. The halacha may be different when you are bein, when you are between the perek, and you are in the middle. When you are bein, when you are between the different prakim, you're at kind of like a better stopping point, versus if you are in the middle, you are ba'emsa, you're betoch, you're in the middle of saying. It doesn't have to be in the middle of a phrase or a pasuk. It could even just be in the middle of a paragraph or the middle of a bracha. Even if you're in between the lines, that would still be considered in the middle. We also spoke in class about the Reisha and the Seifa. If you remember, we said that Reisha comes from the word Rosh, and Seifa is like the word Sof. We're actually going to skip, for right now in this purpose of the video, let's skip the Reisha since it doesn't have to do with what we introduced. We're going to skip this and we're going to do it in class. So you are only now looking at the Seifa of the Mishnah. The Seifa has its second idea of the Mishnah. And the Seifa talks about a machloket between Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda. Here is the idea of Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Yehuda's idea will be on the next page. When Rabbi Meir says, if you are ba prakim, you are in between. You're in between two prakim of Kriyat Shema. Here's the situation. You are allowed to shoel mipnei hakavod umeshiv. You are allowed to greet a kavod, and you're also allowed to meshiv, to return his greeting. That's if you are bein haprakim. If you are be'emsa haprakim, you're in the middle. If you are in the middle, you are allowed to shoel and meshiv, just like the same way, but only to a yirah. You are allowed to greet someone. You're allowed to return the greeting, but who are you allowed to, if you're ba'emsa, allowed to return the greeting of a kavod? No, only the greeting of a yira. This is the idea, as we said, of Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Yehuda, though, says something different. And Rabbi Yehuda says, if you are ba'emsa, you are allowed to shoel mipnei mipnei hayirah. You're allowed to greet and initiate the greeting of a yira, and you're allowed to meshiv the greeting, return the greeting of a kavod. If you are ba-prakim, what are you allowed to do? You are allowed to shoel. Remember, this is if you are between. You are allowed to initiate a greeting, start a conversation with a kavod, and return the greeting, return or reply. Who are you allowed to reply to according to the second opinion? Shalom lechol hadam. Anyone that says something to you when you are between prakim, you are allowed to respond to. I know it may seem like I went through the Seifa, the second part, the Sof, the second half of this Mishnah quickly. Don't worry if you didn't get it. You're not responsible to remember what each opinion is. We're going to do a lot of reviewing in class about this Mishnah, organizing, seeing who is more mikil and who is more machmir in different cases, and analyzing their opinions a little bit more. For now, why don't you answer the questions on the Google Doc, which will help you before you get to class.